Welcome, everyone. We are live with another episode of Level Up Law, where every Tuesday at noon, South Carolina Legal Services levels up your legal knowledge about an area of law that we practice in. And we are delighted to bring you today's episode on understanding auto fraud with our debt collection lead attorney, Cheryl Wright. I'm Susan Ingalls, Senior Staff Attorney and host of Level Up Law. And as always, our producer, Kenneth Elliott, from our IT department, is here making sure everything is running properly. Reviewing live, Attorney Cheryl Wright, who is from our Charleston office. And as I mentioned, she is the lead debt collection attorney here at South Carolina Legal Services. You know, when we say auto fraud, it encompasses a whole lot of things, not to mention predatory lending when it comes to buying a car. But it also includes some of the issues that we see the most in our practice, which is lemons, yo-yos, repos, and warranties. But before Cheryl gets started on auto fraud, we do always want to remind you that this is not legal advice. It's just general information for the public, but it certainly is important information since we get a lot of questions about car issues. If you need the help of a lawyer, call our Intake line here at South Carolina Legal Services, or you can apply online, and all that information is going to be provided for you at the end of the presentation today. Please do scan this QR code that you're looking at if you have an idea for an episode of Level Up Law, some legal topic that you'd like to hear about. We're always willing to accept suggestions, and we appreciate everyone tuning in and watching the show, but also participating by giving us information about what you want to hear. So without further ado, let's get started, Cheryl. Auto fraud. Lemons, yo-yos, repos, and warranties.
Thank you, Susie. Good afternoon, everyone. As Susie stated, I'll be talking about auto fraud, warranties, lemons, yo-yos, and repossessions. Know your rights for federal law. There are many laws to protect consumers from auto fraud. Here are some short summaries of the protections offered under various federal laws. The Federal Odometer Act. This act prohibits tampering with a vehicle's odometer. Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act. This act is used when a supplier, warrantor, or contractor fails to comply with a written warranty, implied warranty, or service contract. For example, you can use this when a vehicle manufacturer does not honor a warranty or when a dealer does not honor a service contract. Truth in Lending Act. Before a loan is processed, TILA, the Truth in Lending Act, requires that lenders disclose their interest rates and other information pertaining to the loan. The Truth in Lending Act is supposed to help you shop for the best auto financing rate. A lender's failure to provide this disclosure in a timely or accurate manner may provide you with a legal claim. Know your rights, state law. There are many laws to protect consumers from auto fraud. Here are some short summaries of the protections offered under various state laws. State repossession laws. State repossession laws convey how a car should be repossessed. The South Carolina Lemon Law. The Lemon Law deals with new cars. The Lemon Law deals with new cars that have been in repair shops multiple times for the same substantial problem. Every state has its own lemon laws. For the Lemon Law, be mindful that this is in accordance with new cars only, not used vehicles. South Carolina Dealers and Distributors Act protects you from unfair, false, or deceptive acts, including false advertisement when you buy a product. Common problems. Lemon cars. Have you been sold a defective car and the dealer manufacturer refuses to fix, refund, or replace it? Yo-yo sales. Have you been given a final loan contract and then after driving away, were you asked to come back and sign a new contract with higher interest rates or a larger down payment? False advertisement. Did you get lured to the dealership with deceptive advertisements and were then told the deal was not available and sold a different or more expensive car instead? Finance problems. Did the dealer undervalue your trade-in, conceal optional add-ons during the negotiations, or inflate the invoice? And repossessions. Was your car repossessed without your creditor notifying you ahead of time? So now we just have some hypotheticals in regards to South Carolina lemon law. When is a car considered a lemon under the law? The law defines a limit as a new motor vehicle, passenger car, van, or truck that has a defect that impairs its use or will lower its market value substantially, and which the manufacturer cannot repair within a reasonable time. What does the law cover? Defects which substantially impair the vehicle's use, market value, and safety. Not covered are defects caused by the consumer, abuse, neglect, or unauthorized alteration of the car, or defects that do not show within the first 12,000 miles or 12 months, whichever occurs first. What should I do if I discover a defect? You must notify the manufacturer or its agent of the defect during the term of the express warranty. The manufacturer must make any repair efforts at no cost to the consumer and within a reasonable amount of time. The law presumes a reasonable amount of time to be either 3 repair attempts for the same defect or 30 days out of service for repairs. The 30 days do not have to be consecutive days. So what happens if the manufacturer is unable to repair the defect? If the defect cannot be repaired, the manufacturer has the option of whether to replace the vehicle, rescind the agreement, and refund the money, or the manufacturer can elect to rescind the agreement and refund the money. The refund must be for the full purchase price of the vehicle, less a reasonable allowance for the consumer's use. The full purchase price includes applicable finance charges and all governmental fees such as sales tax, license fees, and registration fees. How do I get a refund or replacement for my lemon vehicle? Before you request a refund or replacement, you must first participate in an arbitration procedure that the manufacturer may have established. Decisions are binding on the manufacturer. This type of mediation is known as an informal dispute settlement procedure. The informal dispute settlement procedure must include these things: set up requirements for the consumer notification, be free from the manufacturer's influence, be free of charge to the consumer, and generally settle the dispute within 40 days. After arbitration, if you remain unsatisfied, you can then file an action in court. You should remember to buy cars only from reputable dealers and should read the warranty carefully. Save all your paperwork related to the car and any repair work for your records. I would advise here that you actually keep that paperwork in your home, because a lot of times if something happens with the car, if the car is at the repair shop, you may not be able to access that paperwork if it's in your vehicle. If you have problems with your new car, you should begin to keep the following records: a description of defects, details of contacts, including the date and the name of the person with whom you spoke, a log of the amount of time that the car was out of service, and complete written records of routine service. Yo-yo sales. In the classic yo-yo sale, the consumer signs a credit contract, is given a temporary registration, a temporary license plate, and thinks the transaction is completed because the dealer told them that it was approved. The consumer is ready to start making the payments and is only waiting for the permanent DMV document. However, the dealer hasn't notified the DMV and contacts the consumer to say the transaction is canceled, and you must return the car or sign a new credit contract with different terms from the original document. Sometimes you end up with a different car, the same car on different terms, or no car at all. Repossession. Before repossessing for a missed payment, the creditor must send you a right to cure notice if you have been in default for more than 10 days. That right to cure notice gives you the right to cure, or the right to fix the issue. You then have 20 days to pay the missed payment. If you make the payment, it is as though you have never missed a payment. However, if you miss another payment in the course of the loan, the creditor does not have to issue another right to cure notice. So be mindful of that. A creditor can also repossess your car if you drop insurance coverage or put the collateral in jeopardy somehow. When this happens, the creditor does not have to issue you a right to cure notice. Rights at and after repossession. Creditors' right to take repossession after default. Upon default by a consumer with respect to a creditor action, unless the consumer voluntarily surrenders possession of the collateral or rented property to the creditor may take possession of the collateral or rented property without judicial process. Only if the possession can be taken without entry into a dwelling used as a current residence and without the use of force or a breach of peace. In consumer goods transaction, the following rules apply. A notification of disposition must provide the following information: The information specified in section 36(9)(6)(13), a description of any liability for a deficiency of the person to which the notification is sent, a telephone number from which the amount must be paid to the secured party to redeem the collateral, a telephone or mailing address for which additional information concerning the disposition and obligated security is available. Particular phrasing of the notification is not required. Form of notification when completed provides sufficient information. A notification of form item 3 is sufficient even if additional information appears at the end of the form. One thing to keep in mind for repossessions, if the car is sold and the full loan amount is not satisfied, you will be on the hook for the deficiency. Required contents of notice of sale. It must include the name and address of the secured party, date, notice of plan to sell property, the name and address of the obligor who is also a debtor, the identification of the transaction, time and place. You may also give notification of that sale and bring the bidders if you so choose to do so, and a description of the collateral at the private sale, a date of that sale. So this information must be provided to you prior to the car being sold or the property being sold. Warranties. There are two types of warranties that may come with purchase of both new and used cars. So this applies to the new cars and the used cars, unlike the South Carolina limit law. Express warranties are warranties that apply to specific items or the performance of the car. They may be written or spoken, but they must be communicated to the buyer in some way. Most express warranties are in writing and may come in special packages. An express warranty can be created by a description of the car. For example, if the contract describes the car as a 2005 Ford Taurus, the dealer or manufacturer is warranting that that is what the contract says it is. If the car is a different model or a different model year, the express warranty has been breached. Verbal representation by the dealer or salesman may be an express warranty. You should not automatically assume that such representation is a warranty. The representation may be considered by the courts as non-specific or mere puffing. Almost every new car and many used cars come with some type of written warranty. You should take the time and effort to read and understand exactly what is covered and what is not covered under the warranty. You should also understand whether it's the dealer's duty or the manufacturer's duty to make any repairs covered by the warranty. Understand an extended service contract is not a warranty. Both a warranty and service contract may require someone to repair problems with the car, but they are not the same. A warranty is an affirmation of fact or a promise about the performance of a car and is part of the sale. An extended service contract is a separate contract and is sold for an additional price. Implied warranties. Implied warranties apply to the sale by law. There are three types of implied warranties: the warranty of title, the warranty of merchantability, and the warranty of fitness for a particular purpose. The warranty of title says the dealer or manufacturer has good title to the car and can transfer this title to the buyer. The warranty also says that the car does not have any liens that the buyer has not been told about. Under the implied warranty of merchantability, the dealer or manufacturer warrants that the car is fit for the ordinary purposes for which the car is used, that is fit for driving. Minor problems such as a broken automatic door lock may not be considered as a breach of this warranty. Under the implied warranty of fitness for a particular purpose, the dealer or manufacturer warrants that the car is fit for a specialized purpose. For this warranty to arise, the seller has to know that the specialized purpose and what it is for which the buyer wants the car, and that the buyer is relying on the seller's skill or judgment in recommending something fit for that purpose. Warranty disclaimers. You should read all disclaimers in the contract before signing it. Most dealers and some manufacturers put clauses in their contracts that try to limit warranties or prevent them from being given. These clauses are called disclaimers. The law allows them to use disclaimers, but they must do it properly. Express warranties cannot be disclaimed. Implied warranties of fitness for a particular purpose can be disclaimed if the contract provides clearly and conspicuously that all implied warranties of fitness for particular purposes are disclaimed. You need to be especially careful when buying a used car because the warranties are more likely to be limited or disclaimed completely. Federal law requires dealers to give basic warranty information on a window sticker that must be placed on the used car. If this sticker says the car is sold as is, the dealer is giving no warranty at all. This means that the dealer does not even warrant that you can drive the car off the lot. You can find out more about these topics and other issues in regards to consumers and purchasing vehicles. There are many online resources for information about this and other topics. In South Carolina, the Department of Consumer Affairs has a website that is full of information and resources. Federal government agencies has the Federal Trade Commission. They also have a website that's full of additional information and multiple resources. And the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau also has a website with full of information and other resources at your disposal. So contact information. Transportation is crucial to your employment, medical, and other issues. If you're having issues with transportation or an auto fraud case, you can contact South Carolina Legal Services, and you can do an intake, and we'll be happy to assist you with that issue. We are a nonprofit law firm that provides legal assistance to eligible consumers with many legal problems related to consumer finance. We also assist consumers with many other legal issues. If we can't help you, we'll refer you to someone that can. And here's how to contact us. So we have a website and intake line. We also provide different various resources on our social media information, and then you can also access our brochures and resources on our website. Thank you, Susie. Back to you.
Listen, thank you, Cheryl. That is a lot of detail, and we certainly do hope that our viewers found any information that they need about their own situation there, and all that great information, or just general information about auto fraud. It's a really important topic. It's something that we see a lot of in all those different areas that you were discussing. And so I think it's important to have this information out there, because there's a lot of stuff there that I'm sure people just don't know. And it's really good information if you run into any of these issues with a car purchase or finance situation. And Cheryl, thanks so much. It really was a terrific presentation. And I do want to also thank the audience, whether it's live or on the YouTube replay. You are the heart of why we do this show, so please keep tuning in. We do it every Tuesday at noon, and all of the past episodes, including this one, are recorded and posted to our YouTube channel. You just go there at SC Legal Services on YouTube and look for the Level Up Law playlist. And now listen, when you go to that YouTube page, everybody, we want you to share this video out if you found it helpful and you think it may be helpful to others. And then while you're there, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you do that and sign up for those notifications every time we post a new video on Level Up Law or any of our other resources, which are many, you'll get a notification. Now, all right, check this out. You see that QR code there? All right, that is to subscribe to our newsletter, and we have a great newsletter that's going to be coming out. We want you to get on that list, so scan that QR code and get on that newsletter list. And also, you can see here on the screen that Cheryl has all of our social media. We are regularly posting there all kinds of great information. Not just about what we do as a law firm, but also about other things that are going on in the legal world, and just great resources for those who are our followers. So definitely check that out. And you might notice at the bottom there, we're even on TikTok now. There's some good stuff that you can see there with our well, I think it's called Learn the Law in 60 Seconds. Is that right, Cheryl? I think you just recently did one.
It's Learn the Law in 60 Seconds that gives quick snapshots about things we offer in different topics on the law.
That's great. I love it. Okay, everyone. Listen, thanks again for tuning in. Be sure to tune in next week when our Public Benefits Unit Head, Attorney Jenny Kaufman, will be discussing Social Security benefits and ABLE accounts. And that'll I'm sure be a really great source of information, particularly for our seniors, because it is Older Americans Month in May. So we'll be bringing you some great information when it comes to our seniors here in South Carolina. Well, listen, thanks again, Cheryl. Great presentation. And thank you, producer Kenneth, in the background, making sure all our systems are running properly. And thanks again to our audience. For South Carolina Legal Services, I'm Susan Ingalls, and that concludes today's webinar. Take care, everybody.